the office manager from hell. Last week, the brilliant Steve Carrell popped in to chat to us about his brand new film, Despicable Me 2.
Before his interview, a quick reminder of why, whatever character Steve Carrell plays, he always leaves us in stitches.
This is genius. I have a very fulfilling life. I would like to extend to you an invitation to the pants party. I don't know what we're yelling about! No! Gary Clarkson! Loud noises! I've never experienced that before in my life. Nice.
Are you a virgin?
Yeah, not since I was 10. Come on. I love Leo.
You're a good-looking man.
Thank you. Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
Is that a serious question?
Afternoon delight. Want to make a phone call there?
Oh, there is so much to talk to you about.
So
Steve Carrell
much.
joins us now. Welcome, lovely to have you back.
Thanks.
I did want to pick up on one very tiny part of that little montage we saw there, and that was loud noises. Because didn't someone shout that out at Wimbledon last year?
Apparently, yes. I didn't see it myself, but apparently in a break in the play, it was very quiet, and someone in the crowd screamed loud noises. And I could not have been more proud.
Because that, you suddenly think then, do you know,
I've
really
made it.
I've
I've absolutely made it. To have a catchphrase of mine uttered at Wimbledon, come on.
Let's just remind ourselves of what it actually sounds like.
Loud noises!
And there it is.
Just
There
in
it
time for
is.
the start of Wimbledon again, which is perfect.
Yeah, but we don't recommend that you do it because you get chucked out.
We're very excited in our household at the moment because we loved Despicable Me. And the fact
thanks.
that Despicable Me 2 is just around the corner, we can't wait to go and see it. It's one of those movies that, as a family, you can all enjoy because we're sort of watching cartoons and animation all the time at the moment, but something that works on all levels.
I think it does, yeah. And that's one of the things that was intriguing about the first one. The fact that it's a sophisticated movie for kids, and it's not condescending toward children, which I thought was great.
You were here when the first movie came out, 2010, I think it would have been. And so, if that was the case, would you have known at that stage, because they had high hopes for it, that it was going to be the 10th most successful animated movie of all time in American history?
No.
It would make $540 million.
Wow, that's a crazy amount of money. No, I don't think anyone had any expectations of that sort. Because by animation standards, the budget wasn't huge.
So where do we begin? Because we left off with the first movie and Gru had sort of settled down. He had his girls around him and he was a changed man from where he started the movie. So with this one, where do we begin? Is he still settling in life? He's got his girls.
Yeah, but his life is very complicated. He's out of his comfort zone. He's no longer a supervillain in terms of his job. He'll never be completely away from being a supervillain, but he's gone legit and he makes jams and jellies, which are horrible.
He's a suburban family man.
Yeah, he's trying to be, but he's out of the element that he feels most comfortable in. His oldest daughter, is becoming interested in boys, so he's an
Antonio.
overprotective dad.
Yeah.
His kids want him to get into the dating game, and that is a completely...
Yeah, how's he finding that? Because emotionally,
not well.
he's not been brilliant.
No.
But historically, we know it. And with this film, we sort of start to begin to find the reasons why. There's sort of flashbacks to his youth, his days at school.
Yeah, sort of a heartbreaking
actually, yes.
flashback to see Gru as
Because
a
he's
little
not very
kid.
good with girls, and
No.
he tried to make some sort of contact. And we saw in the first movie that he had a pretty sticky relationship with his mother.
Right.
You know, so there's a problem. And then now, you know, we're getting to realise that, you know, there are deeper things in his heart.
I don't even feel like we're talking about an animated movie.
I know.
We're all so
getting
in on it.
depth into the character of Gru and his backstory and the history. He's very layered. He's very layered, complicated. And I would prepare before I went in to do the voice.
Yeah.
I'm much like Daniel Day-Lewis in that regard. I always dressed as the character.
Yeah.
Even though you never see me, I would always wear prosthetic makeup in front of the microphone, so I could feel it.
This is your Lincoln.
That's going to be on the poster. Steve Carell's Gru is his Lincoln.
Let's have a look. Here it is.
I have
Thereby hangs another part of the major success of the movie, and that's the Minions.
Yeah.
What a genius invention.
There is no denying the Minions. The Minions are going to take over the world.
They've got their own movie coming out.
They do. They have their own movie coming out next year, apparently. Yeah, they are sort of a genius. When I read the script on the first one, I thought, okay, these Minions were described, but it's hard to imagine what will actually end up being on screen.
Yeah.
And they are. There's sort of this.
Oh.
My.
Sorry, I just found the Minions must have left this
I'm
here earlier.
so glad that was actually a computer-generated sound. Because I was
your
about
you're
believe-
carrying on
Let me
though.
tell
You
you,
know what? I didn't.
normally it isn't.
Looking at you, see, that's the thing. I would never have imagined.
I've been
Such a lovely woman.
Yeah.
Never. That is so
Believe me,
crass.
it was a relief to me as well that this time it was a fart blaster.
I've been practicing with this, and I quite like it.
Don't
you
point
can,
it at him.
No, I won't. I'll do it over there. But you can go fast, or you can go slow, and that's my favourite.
I've been practicing as well, but not with the guy.
Is this a recording of you? Did you do these?
Oh, goodness
Yeah,
me.
I actually
You go
did.
there.
I get paid a royalty every time she does that. I just made $14.
You were saying that you take it very seriously, and this is a very important role to you. You appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show. You were dressed up entirely as Gru.
I did, yeah.
Look, then there's the picture. That is. How long did it take you to get into that?
About 3 hours.
Did it?
Yeah.
And what about the voice? Because your kids must love it.
It's kind of a cool dad thing. Like when they have friends over and they say, "Dad, do the voice. Do the voice for our friends." Hi guys, what's going on? Come in. You know, I can it's a very easy way to impress the kids' friends.
Because you say that the best way to be cool in front of your kids is not try to be cool.
That's right. I think that's true. Because as soon as you start to try to converse with them about the music they like or dance the way they're dancing, you are immediately not cool at all. Just as long as you're a dad, I think that's the coolest thing.
How much of your work have they seen? Have they seen Anchorman yet? Or
They just saw Anchorman a couple
ready?
of months ago. Yeah, they really loved it. But it's hard to decipher when they're ready for something that's more adult in nature. You know, they're
Yeah.
only 9 and 12, so I think we're going to wait for some of the other things.
Well, it was very clever with Anchorman, the second movie, because the legend continues.
so exciting.
Is that you made the teaser before you'd even written the film.
yeah.
So it was really twisting everyone's arm. Look
I
what
think
we've
so.
made.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they were committed to it after the teaser was made. And the teaser, we had no idea what the movie would be about. And we were walking into camera and yeah.
There must be such pressure when you come back with the second one.
There wasn't pressure at all because it was just a group of friends getting together. And it was exactly the same as the first one in the sense that we all got together and made each other laugh for 2 months.
There is another role that you've just done, and this film isn't out until next year, but this is the role of John DuPont, and this is a much darker role for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was that a sort of decision that you thought, right, actually, let's do something completely different to what I've been doing?
Bennett Miller, who had directed Moneyball and Capote, approached me 3 or 4 years ago and asked if I'd be interested in playing this part. It's a real story about this millionaire living outside of Philadelphia who started a training facility for Olympic wrestlers. And among those wrestlers were the Schultz brothers, who were world-class wrestlers. And it's essentially the story of the three of them and their relationship. It is very dark. And there's a responsibility because it's a true story and you want to do it justice. So it was. But it wasn't like a premeditated move into drama. It's just something that came along and was
the
very,
right
very
story.
exciting.
Well,
Yeah.
it's always a pleasure to see. Oh, that got a bit serious then, didn't it?
Yeah. Just readdress that balance.
Just for a moment. That's better. There we are.
That's
I'm
better.
pointing it at you. I'm so sorry.
Incidentally, that we use that in the John DuPont movie as well.
Do you really?
But it's very
those
dark.
moments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just very subtly.
Very subtle. Yeah.
I suppose that can happen in
I
wrestling,
want
can't
you
it?
to, when Daniel Day-Lewis comes on as a guest, I want you to
We'll keep it.
I want
I'm
you
so
to bring that
sorry.
out. And just out, no context
No.
at all. Just start shooting them with that gun.
Daniel, the body of work that you've done and the amount of work that you put into it.
Tell me about your preparation for My Left Foot.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What a pleasure. Thank you very much
Thanks so
indeed.
much.
Yes, it really
Despicable
is.
Me,
Thank you.
out
Thank
this
you, thank
Friday.
you.
Absolutely not to be missed. This is a second movie. You haven't watched the first one. See the first one immediately
It's brilliant.
and then go out and watch the second one because they are magnificent. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
very
Thank
much
you. Thank
indeed.
you.
Peace,
So good.
father's knee.
I took those guns home to my children, and they literally have not stopped doing that
Really?
all weekend. Yeah, favourite thing ever. Right, still to come, Rylan.